Hey, in this week's lesson, I'm going to give you 11 tips that will help you focus better when you're studying English. Sometimes you get distracted, right? Sometimes it's hard to focus because you have your cell phone right next to you. After today's lesson, you won't have those problems anymore. Are you ready? Well then, I'm teacher Tiffani. Let's jump right in. Tip number one. Tip number one is for you to create a designated study space. Listen closely. Having a specific study area helps to associate that space with focus and concentration. This promotes a more conducive environment for studying. If there's one specific area of your room, of your home, or a place you go to, and when you get to that space, you know you only study, your brain will help you out. There are 3 reasons why this is such an important tip to help you focus when you're studying. First, it reduces distractions like your phone. By studying in a designated area, you can minimize distractions from noise, people, or other interruptions. When you go into that space, distractions seem to go away. Reason number 2, this establishes routine. Having a consistent study space can develop and help develop a study routine, making it easier to transition into a focused mindset. Man, this is such a good point. For example, I'm in my office right now. When I sit at this desk in front of this camera, I know, hey, it's time to produce a lesson, to record a lesson for you, my English student. My brain goes into a different focus pattern when I'm sitting here than from when I'm sitting in another room or when I'm at a coffee shop. Something happens when you have a designated space. The third reason is it improves productivity. A dedicated study space for you, my friend, will help establish boundaries, and it signals to your brain that, hey, it is time to study, and this will increase productivity. If you've been struggling to focus when you sit down to study your English lessons, find or designate a study space. Here's tip number 2. Tip number 2 is for you to set achievable or realistic goals. You see, breaking down your study tasks into manageable goals allows for better focus and motivation throughout the studying process. Let's say, for example, your goal is to learn tons of English vocabulary, right? And you want to learn these words, let's say in a month. So you say, I'm going to learn 5,000 English words this month. Now listen, I believe you are intelligent, but you have to start thinking, wait a minute, is 5,000 words in 30 days an achievable goal? And you start breaking it down. I work, I have a family, I have responsibilities at my church. So you want to set achievable goals. Now again, this is another reason, I'll bring this up very quickly. This is another reason why I created the Daily English Vocabulary email newsletter. It's a free newsletter where every day I send 5 vocabulary words related to a topic. Why? Because that's an achievable goal. Learning 5 new words connected to a topic, right? And again, I did that to help literally thousands of students around the world. You can join if you'd like. It's free. Go to www.dailyenglishvocabulary.com. But again, this tip is for you to set achievable goals. Here's reason number 1. When you do this, it will increase your motivation to study English. You see, achievable goals provide a sense of accomplishment and progression, which can boost motivation to continue studying. This is why confidence is so important. Motivation, these things are so important as you study English. If you set this goal, hey, I want to learn 1 new word a day. Yesterday, you learned a new word. So what's going to happen today? Hey, I did it yesterday. I can do it today. It will motivate you to continue studying. Also, It will enhance your focus. You see, by having specific goals, you can direct your attention towards accomplishing them, leading to increased concentration. That's why I give my students that are in my academy a specific plan they can follow for an entire year. When you have a plan, when you have a goal, it's easier to focus when you sit down to study. Finally, it improves time management. Setting goals helps you prioritize tasks and avoid procrastination. We're talking about helping you finally focus better while you're studying English, which will eventually supercharge your English skills. So, what about tip number 3, another important one? Use the Pomodoro technique. I love this technique. I use it. I actually have a Pomodoro basically clock that sits on my desk, right? And when I want to focus for a certain period of time, I will actually set the timer and push it down, and the time will start. So the Pomodoro technique, this time management method involves studying or working for focused periods of time followed by short breaks. Your brain is amazing. It can focus for a certain period of time, and then you need to take a break. So why is this tip so important? Here's reason number 1. It prevents burnout. Regular breaks prevent mental fatigue. We're humans, right? And it will help maintain overall productivity by giving your mind a chance to rest and recharge. Listen very closely to your teacher. You shouldn't be studying for 5 hours straight without a break. You shouldn't be studying for 3 hours straight without a break. You need to give your brain an opportunity to rest. Think about the other muscles of your body. When you go to work out or do some other activity, there needs to be a time for rest. The same is true with your brain. Also, number 2, it enhances concentration when you follow this technique. Breaking study sessions into shorter intervals helps maintain focus and concentration for the duration of each interval. Your brain knows, hey, after 30 minutes, we're going to get a 5-minute break. So let's keep focusing. And the third reason, this encourages efficiency. The structured breaks and focused study periods promote efficiency by providing a sense of urgency and encouraging time management. Listen, tip number 3, use the Pomodoro technique. It is going to change your English study sessions. Here's tip number 4, eliminate distractions. You need to minimize interruptions such as phone notifications, social media, or noisy environments to optimize concentration during studying. For example, my phone right now is off. My computer, I'm using it as I teach you. All the notifications are off. The door to my office is closed. Why? I wanted to eliminate distractions in order to focus on you. You need to do the same thing when you are studying. Here are the 3 reasons why this is so important. This will reduce cognitive load. For example, distractions draw attention away from studying, increasing the cognitive load required to get back on track and hindering concentration. If I am studying something, I'm studying it and I'm in the zone. And then all of a sudden my phone rings. Okay. Hey, yeah. Okay, no, Okay, I'll call you back. I'm in the middle of studying. When I go back to study, it takes my brain extra time to get back in the zone. The second reason is it enhances memory retention. Reduced distractions allow for better encoding and retrieval of information later on, improving your long-term memory retention. We're talking about helping you focus better and supercharging your English right now. Reason number 3, increases engagement. Distraction-free study environments actually increase engagement and deep focus, leading to better comprehension and understanding of study materials. This is going to help you study more effectively. What about tip number 5? Tip number 5 is take regular breaks. Listen, you are a human being. Incorporate short breaks into your study routine to give your mind a chance to rest and rejuvenate, improving overall focus and concentration. I normally take one day out of the month to interview my students, right? The students in my academy, our family. And I have to do 5 interviews in one day. Now that's a lot of time, right? But I don't do it back to back. I interview a student and I love talking to my students. And then I take a break. Then I interview the next student and I take a break. Why? My brain needs an opportunity to rejuvenate. The same is true for you as you are studying. Here are the reasons why this is so important. Reason number 1, restores attention. You see, brief breaks help restore attention and prevent mental fatigue, allowing for sustained concentration during subsequent study sessions. It's going to help you. Reason number 2, improves memory consolidation. Taking breaks helps consolidate information by giving your brain time to process and solidify what was learned. And reason number 3, it reduces stress. Breaks provide opportunities for relaxation and stress reduction, improving overall well-being and focus during study sessions. My friend, I know you want to dive deep into your books and continue studying hard, but don't forget to take regular breaks. Tip number 6. Tip number 6 is very important. Prioritize sleep. Listen, getting enough quality sleep improves cognitive function, memory consolidation, and attention span, essential for optimal concentration while studying. I'm trying to help you completely change the way you study English. You have to prioritize sleep. Listen to these 3 reasons why it's so important. Reason number 1, enhances alertness. Sufficient sleep enhances alertness and mental clarity, allowing for improved concentration during study sessions. The same is true for me as your English teacher. I got a good night's rest last night. So I have enough energy. I feel rejuvenated. I can think clearly, and I'm able to deliver this lesson to teach you these tips in a very easy way. I got good rest. Number 2, it facilitates learning consolidation. You see, sleep is crucial or important for information processing and memory consolidation, helping you retain and recall learned material more effectively. Listen, I'm not reading a script right now. I've been asked that before. Tiffani, do you read a script? No, I've never read a script for these lessons. So that means my brain is working overtime each time I teach you a lesson. Yes, I have some notes on the screen, but every word I'm saying, my brain is saying, Tiff, say this next. Tiff, this is gonna help the students. So I need to think clearly. The same is true for you when you're studying. You have to prioritize sleep so that you can retain information, so that your brain can work properly after your study sessions. And number 3, reduced errors. Sleep deprivation, a lack of sleep, impairs cognitive function, affecting memory, attention, decision-making abilities, and increasing the likelihood of errors during studying. My friend, get your rest. Get your rest. All right, here we go. Tip number 7. Teach. Oh, I love this one. Teach the material to others. Listen, explaining concepts when you're learning something new in English, explaining concepts or teaching someone else the material actually helps reinforce learning and improves concentration by actively engaging with the material. My friend, you are smart. You are intelligent. You are smarter than you even realize. As soon as you learn something, I want you to teach that thing to somebody else. Here's why this is so important, all right? This is why this is so important. Reason number one, it encourages active processing. Teaching requires an understanding of the content at a deeper level. Promoting active engagement and concentration. Why am I able to teach you these English tips so well? Because I had to learn Korean. I had to struggle to learn another language as an adult. So I understand what you're going through. I understand on a deeper level. So I'm able to teach it to you. When you understand English things, English terms, English methods at a deeper level, you'll be able to teach them to others. Reason number two, identifies knowledge gaps. Man, this is so important. Teaching allows you to identify areas where you might have knowledge gaps or need further clarification, improving comprehension and focus. It will help you be a better English speaker. And reason number three, strengthens long-term memory. The act of teaching or explaining information to others strengthens your own, that's right, my friend, your own understanding and memory of the material. Do you want to speak English better? Do you want to speak English fluently? Teach others. Tip number 8. I need you to remember this. Practice active reading techniques. Active. Use highlighting, underlining, or taking brief notes while reading to maintain concentration, improve comprehension, and aid memory retention. Now, this was not planned. I want to show you something. Hold on one second. I want to show you something. Right in my office right now. Just showing you this. Your teacher follows the same method. This is where I keep my highlighters. Literally, I have tons and tons of highlighters. Why do you have so many highlighters, Tiffany? You might be asking yourself. Because I follow this same tip. I have tons of notebooks. These notebooks are filled with notes. When something new comes up, I learn something, I write it down. When I have an idea for you, I write it down. I use the highlighters. When you do this, you remember what it is you wrote down. This will help you as an English learner. Here's the reason. Reason number 1. Increases engagement. Actively interacting with the text promotes focus, preventing passive reading and mind wandering. I have tons of books to the left of me in my office. Whenever I read a book, I highlight and I write notes. Do this. It's going to help you remember the information. Reason number 2, enhances comprehension. Listen, active reading techniques like highlighting or summarizing important points aid comprehension and improve concentration on key content. We're supercharging your English skills. And reason number 3, it improves memory encoding. Highlighting or taking brief notes helps solidify information in your memory, making it easier to recall and concentrate when reviewing. We're helping you focus so that you can achieve your English goals. Tip number 9. Tip number 9 is to eliminate multitasking. Listen, focusing on one task at a time allows for better concentration and improves productivity compared to dividing attention between multiple tasks. I'm recording this, I'm writing some notes, I'm sending an email. No, I am focused on this task in front of me. When you focus and eliminate multitasking, you will be more efficient. Here are the 3 reasons. Reason number 1, reduces cognitive load. This was a reason for one of our previous tips. Listen, multitasking divides attention, increasing cognitive load and hindering concentration on each task. Number 2, it improves efficiency. Focusing on one task at a time promotes deep work and improves the quality of your work, leading to better outcomes. You want to be an amazing English speaker. You can do it. Focus and eliminate multitasking. Increases accuracy. Reason number 3, concentrating on one task reduces errors and allows for better attention to detail, helping you study more effectively. Listen, tip number 9, you need to eliminate multitasking. Tip number 2, use visual aids. Incorporate visual elements like diagrams, flowcharts, or mind maps to represent information visually, aiding comprehension and concentration. Listen, I did the same thing. When I was studying Korean, when I was in grad school, my notebooks were filled with pictures, filled with me sketching things. Why? To help me remember the information. Use visual aids. Here are the reasons. Reason number 1. It enhances comprehension. Visual aids provide a visual representation of information, assisting comprehension and promoting better concentration. Think about it. Whenever I teach you the 5 W's, who, what, when, where, and why, what do? I stick my hand up. Why? This is a visual aid. 5. Who, what, when, where, and why. Visual aids are powerful when you're studying English. Reason number 2, improves memory recall. Visual imagery improves memory recall by associating visual cues with the information, making it easier to remember and concentrate while studying. We're talking about supercharging your English skills, and these tips are going to change your English journey. Whoa, something got caught in my throat. Your English journey. Reason number 3, facilitates information organization. Visual aids can help organize complex information, providing a clear structure that aids overall understanding and retention. We're talking about helping you remember the information and being able to organize it by using visual aids. Tip number 11, review and revisit material regularly. You see, regular review sessions help reinforce learning, prevent forgetting, and improve concentration through repeated exposure to the material. I've had so many students say, Tiff, how do I remember what I've learned? How do I keep it in my mind so that I can use it during conversations? Review and revisit. Here are the 3 reasons why this is so important. Reason number 1, it strengthens memory retrieval. Regularly reviewing material improves memory retrieval by reinforcing neural pathways, making it easier to concentrate on and recall during subsequent study sessions. Your brain is like, all right, this is what we're doing. We got this habit, this pattern. Reason number 2, prevents forgetting. Spaced repetition through regular review prevents the decay of learned information, reducing the need for relearning and optimizing focus during future study sessions. Your brain says, hey, we've reviewed this over and over again, so you don't have to use this energy when you're learning new things. And reason number 3, it builds connections. Revisiting material allows for the formation of connections between different concepts or different topics, aiding comprehension and increasing focus during study sessions. When you review and revisit material regularly, you'll be able to speak English more fluently, you'll be able to focus more during your study sessions, and you'll feel less stressed. I hope this English lesson helped you. I want you to be able to focus more. I'll talk to you in the next lesson. You still there? You know what time it is. It's story time. Hey, I said it's story time. All right. So I have a shorter story for you today, and it's more of an inspirational thought, part of one of the activities I do on a regular basis, and just to inspire you. You know, today's lesson was all about focusing while you're studying, and I gave you different tips, 11 tips in total, to help you really study and focus while you're studying. I wanted to let you know that I actually use classical music and jazz music when I'm working. Now, my goal, I've told you over and over again, my friend, my goal is to help you achieve your English goals. So I have to be focused in order to achieve that goal. In order for me to provide you with lessons that will truly help you this year, I have to make sure when I'm preparing, I am focused. Now, I also don't want too many distractions, notifications on my computer, notifications on my phone. So what do? Like the tip said, designate a space. This is my office space. And then I turn jazz music on or classical music. You see, my dad, I was wondering, why does jazz music help me focus so much or keep me calm? Specifically, cafe jazz. If you go to YouTube, hey, listen, if you go to YouTube, you can actually look up cafe jazz music. And they'll give you playlists with 3 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours of continual music. So there are two reasons that popped in my head. Growing up, my dad really loved jazz music, and he'd play it a lot in the car. So there's a sense of nostalgia when I listen to it. And the second reason is when I was in South Korea, at the coffee shops, many times they would play jazz music or have music playing in the background. So again, sense of nostalgia for my dad. Second, when I was in South Korea, I really enjoyed hearing the music playing in the background. And a third reason, actually, since there aren't any words, I'm able to just focus on my task while there is this light music playing in the background. So you can find what works for you. Maybe you like a different type of music, but find something that works for you. For me, it's jazz music or classical music. And one of my favorite classical musicians is Yo-Yo Ma. He plays the cello. He's a cellist. Man, I love his music. So these are two different types of music that I have playing in the background when I really want to focus. So I hope this lesson honestly helped you a lot, and I hope you find some music that will help you focus. Remember, you are going to achieve your English goals this year. I'll talk to you next time.